Welcome, welcome. Happy Wednesday. It's a winning Wednesday. It's also a wisdom Wednesday. All right, everyone. It is 7 o'clock on the dot. I'm not in my drop top. I know you like that. But we're going to go ahead and get started. Welcome to another Wisdom Wednesday with your culture strategist, Dr. Q. I'm so excited to be here today. As you know, we always like to start with our quote. Simple quote today: I didn't choose education, education chose me. The author, unknown. Okay. So let's get into it today. Let's talk about who I am and why this meme means so much to me. And I want to say 2000 is it 2003? Yeah. I had graduated college. No, when did I graduate? Anyway, whatever. I had graduated college and I didn't know what my next step was going to be. So before I did anything, I decided to go visit my eighth grade teacher. And just to catch up with her because she had made such an imprint in my life. And I decided to go check her out and just, get with her, find out, share with her what I was doing next with my life. And I shared with her that I was going to work for one of the top 5 accounting firms that I had interned with throughout my college career. And before I told her that I was going to take this full-time job with this accounting firm, she told me, you would make a really good teacher. And I was like, who, me? A teacher? Absolutely not. Why? Because one, y'all do not make enough money. And two, you can't pay me enough to deal with these children. And so I went on my merry way and decided that I was going to go into accounting where I was going to be making some buku money that correlated to the buku degree that I had just completed, my accounting undergrad, from a buku expensive university. And so I did this accounting thing for a minute. I was an auditor and it was cool and all, but I don't know about y'all, but the cubicle life was not for me. The money was great, but the lack of interaction with others and just being able to interact and be who I truly was and just be stuck behind a computer screen was just not it for me. And so I started to explore, like I told you last time, I had lots of teacher friends. So I decided to explore what teaching would look like because I really, really wanted to make an impact in the lives of kids. I'm not ashamed to say that I was excited about having summers off. And so I said, let me go on and give this teaching career a try. So I started out being a 7th grade math teacher in the New York City public schools in El Barrio. Okay. I never thought that I would experience the joys. So let's say the highs, the lows, and the oh no's that I did. But I'll tell you this, it was truly an amazing experience. I recognized real quick that middle school might not have been the best place for me, but I knew that elementary wasn't going to be it either because I had young kids at the time and I didn't want to have to pour out so much to the littles and then have to come home and pour out a lot to my personal, my biological littles. So I decided that secondary setting, so middle school or high school, would be better for me. And so after being in the middle school setting for about 2 years, 3 years, I decided to go into high school. And I think that was where I found my high school babies. And I guess they're not babies, so let me not refer to them as babies, but child, they are just little kids and big bodies. I just resonated so much with being able to pour into the high schoolers. We had some really great times. In fact, I still keep in contact with a lot of my high school students that I taught back in New York. And then I love the teaching job so much that I decided to take my show on the road and do it in Georgia as well. And so in Georgia, I served as a high school math teacher, middle school math teacher. Then I was an instructional coach. I couldn't seem to pull myself away from being in education. And why is this? One, because I appreciated, although I didn't get into the money. I did not get into it for the money, nor the prestige. That's why I told my eighth grade teacher I wasn't in. I I was enamored by the difference that I was making every day. And now let's be very clear. Okay. Teaching is not for the weak. I'm not even going to get on here and lie to you. I'm not going to sell you a dream. Teaching is not for the weak. But the joy and the satisfaction that you get for helping young people find their purpose and meaning in life can far surpass a paycheck. I mean, it did for me and it still does for me. I love the kids. Like, I love the kids. I love being around kids. I love being able to pour into them. I love being able to share with them. I love being able to be a role model for them. I love being around them because they keep me young. Okay, because they do. They keep me accurate on the language, on the all the things. And so I absolutely love being in the field of education. And so let's talk about the three reasons why someone would go into education. I've already mentioned some of them, but if you want to just take a little notes, because it is Wisdom Wednesday, so we got to drop the nuggets. One is steady, it's stable. It's a job where you will always have a job. And who doesn't want to have to think about where their next dollar or dime is coming from? Okay, but that's not the most important thing. Another highlight of being an educator is, as I mentioned before, your summers off. Now, in our previous session on Wisdom Wednesday, we talk about side hustles and how you can fill in the gap for the summers off, if you will. But who would not appreciate not having to go to work in the summertime? That's the time you want to be with your kids and your family and take your vacations and all the things. So that's another reason why you should definitely consider going into the field of education. But the highest reason why you should go into education is for what I mentioned before, the impact that you have on our future. The impact that I've had, I can talk about the impact that I've had, but it is so much more rewarding when kids come back to you and say how much you have left an indelible mark on their lives. I have students who are parents, who are all grown up, who are doing the doggone thing, who are in law school and medical school and are in the field of law. I mean, I already said law school, but I have a lot of students that come back and say thank you. And let me tell you, I'm a microwave kind of girl. Like, I need instant gratification. But knowing that I make a difference, what I do makes a difference in the lives of young people is all the satisfaction that I need. And so who would not want to be able to leave that indelible mark on the minds of young people? I don't know well, I know quite a few, but for the purposes of this, let's say everybody wants to leave a mark in their own special way, a positive one that is, on our youth. So you may be asking, listen, I hear you, I hear your passion. What will I do next? I'm so glad that you asked. Well, if you are a recent college grad and you just don't know what to do, the education field is just for you. Yeah, like how I robbed. I cracked myself up. Anyway, you have many of opportunities. I just actually spoke with a friend the other day, and she said that there were career fair she was at a career fair, and there was a very low turnout of folks wanting to go into education. And I'm like, that's because they did not come to Wisdom Wednesday. Okay. Go to those, do the search. There is a teacher shortage if you didn't know. Now you know, you heard it here first. Go on and get you a job in the field of education. It is super rewarding. Another reason why, not another reason why, another way that you can prepare is by making sure that your resume is together. So first, we're going to do the job search. Second, we're going to make sure that we have our resume together. And so we do this by doing a resume audit or checklist just to make sure that your resume has all the critical components that you need to land the job as an educator. And I'm going to tell you a little bit more about that in a minute. And then lastly, let's go ahead and prep for the interview. Let's make sure that we are ready with our portfolio, whatever you need to be successful, and that you've also had an opportunity to kind of do some role playing or situational interviews to be ready to go. Now, you said, oh my gosh, Dr. Q, that is so much in this little bit of time. Have no fear. Have no fear, because you know why? This Saturday, May 4th at 9 a.m. Eastern, the Culture Academy LLC will be hosting their second Saturday school. And the topic is none other than land the job. And so this is for you all who are interested in launching into a career for education. And again, so if you are a recent college grad, if you are a substitute, if you're a paraprofessional, if you're a student teacher, or if you're a career changer, come and learn more about how to penetrate the educational field with the Culture Academy LLC. If you just can't wait until Saturday, because I know I'm convinced strategy session, you can find our link here, and we will drop it also in the chat box for you. And we'll drop it in the chat box for you. And last but not least, you can also follow us on all of our social media platforms. So we are on Facebook, we're on Instagram, we're on LinkedIn, and we're on X. And also this wonderful QR code takes you to our e-business card if you could not get all the ways to follow us down in a quick fashion. So I am so excited. I cannot wait to see all of your wonderful faces at our Saturday school on Saturday, May 4th at 9 a.m. Eastern Time. And don't forget, I didn't choose education. Education chose me, and it is choosing you too. Until next time, guys. Bye.